All right, so here we go. We got the Lincoln all pressure washed down. Not too thoroughly, just kind of enough to knock some of the dirt off of it and to be able to get a better look at things. Also, don't want to penetrate too many areas that water is not supposed to get into either. We'll definitely let the car sit out here for another day, and we'll let everything dry out really thoroughly. But just wanted to make sure, like I said, we can get all the big chunks of dirt off, really be able to get a look at everything. And yeah, you can see actually this dent here, you can see it actually knocked some of this trim out, but I think we'll be able to fix that up without too much work. I gotta say, this engine bay actually is in pretty nice shape. Like, it's pretty clean in here. Some degreaser and everything else. I think this is going to clean up really nice. Just have to, you know, check over all the mechanics of everything. Clearly we can see all the brake lines have been disconnected at the master up there, so gonna have to see what's going on. Those lines have been disconnected and, you know, sitting out to the open elements for a while now. So all of those brakes are gonna have to get gone over. Obviously the fuel system is gonna have to get gone over, but that's all part of the fun, right? Can't say the pressure wash on the outside made too much of a difference, but it definitely did bring up and clean up that engine bay quite a bit. So before I get too far in and involved in this thing, what do you guys think in terms of color and theme? You know, a lot of people are just going to say you got to do a black. So knowing that the interior has already had quite a bit invested into it and is in really good shape in its red form, it's actually kind of more of a burgundy, but needless to say, you're going to call it red. So it's got the bloody guts. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be like, you need to murder that thing out, you know, bloody guts inside, everything's got to be black. And no question, the car is going to be slammed down. It'll probably end up on air ride. Definitely Detroit steel wheels. So Adam and the Mob Steel crew, I'm going to be reaching out to you guys on this guy 100%. But in terms of, you know, the chrome, I keep the chrome. You know, do I blast it down and paint it? Do something a little bit more contrasty like I did with the 56 Corvette. You know, could do black with gunmetal where the chrome is. Could do a Nardo gray, make all of the chrome trim in a gloss black. There's so many different ways to go. Painting it black, don't get me wrong, it looked cool, but there is going to be weeks of block sanding involved. Just the OCD and making sure everything's 100% laser straight. The other option is leave it how it is. It's kind of got a real nice patina thing going for it. You got all these cool little effects from when it was someone's project table for arts and crafts. You know, we got some chain link in here. Know what this is. Don't know what a lot of this stuff is, but you know, that's kind of like a cool little feature. So yeah, I could scuff it down, clear coat it as it is, and just make it shine. Maybe make some of the more of the patina shine through. That would look pretty cool as well. Drivetrain wise, I got to think about that one. You know, like I said, it came with a motor and a transmission that's pretty much rebuilt. So if I wanted to go the easy route, I could stuff that in there. Otherwise, Godzilla, something resto mod style. There's so many different ways this car could go. Put down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. Overall, what should happen with this car? I think I might open the doors up and start pulling some of the interior out. It's really just laying in here, like I said. So we'll get the door panels out, maybe get the shop back over here, clean some stuff out, or clean it all up, since it was sitting at the guy's shop and, you know, it was dusty in there. So try and get as much cleaned as possible and get it in a state where I can get it inside the shop and not feel grossed out about it. Well, here's something cool. Check that out. Air conditioned by Lincoln Continental Ford Motor Company. Use only R12, 2.5 pounds. It's kind of a neat little tag to find. It's actually really interesting. If you guys can look on the transmission tunnel and the floorboards, there's actually air conditioning ducting in plastic that I didn't even think would have existed back then. But that would have kept you cool in the summer months. So this interior is actually in really good shape in here, other than being really filthy. Everything seems to be here. You know, even the fuse panel cover, the little light and everything for in the glove box. All the material in here seems to be in good shape. You know, all of this, I'll get some WD-40 and get rid of this sticker on the dashboard here and get that off. But other than that, like, it's all here. Ashtray, cigarette lighter, all of this cool little stuff. Extra deep ashtray for all the cigarettes they used to smoke back in the day. The only thing that I can't find is a key, but that's not a huge deal. As long as all this stuff can clean up really nice, I'm going to be happy, and I think it will. Having all of these parts is crucial on an old car like this, and having original parts in such good condition, because even though they might not be perfect or as good as the day, you know, the car was driven off the lot, they're more than likely going to be better than anything that would be reproduction. And for these cars, there really isn't a reproduction market for them. So I think I'm pretty fortunate with what I've got here, and excited for it. So anyways, I'm going to keep putting my elbow grease in and my time. It's definitely going to take a lot just in terms of cleanup, documenting, seeing what I need. And with that said though, I think I have an excellent base with this car, so I'm super excited about that. Again, let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your thoughts, you know, in terms of drivetrain, you know, suspension, overall look and feel. I think it is safe to say, you know, the interior was most likely red originally, as I don't see somebody having swapped all of that out. But one thing that I did find when I was cleaning, I have a seatbelt here, and on the back of this seatbelt, you can see silver overspray. So I'm wondering, I don't know if it was maybe that teal color and it did get a paint job to silver, or maybe it's always been silver. I need to look up and see what colors were available back then. But regardless, it doesn't matter, because this is one solid car. You can see here results of some elbow grease, soap and water, some spray nine, and that's kind of the before, and there's the after. So once we get some proper interior cleaning or interior cleaner on there, scrub this guy down, the other one's actually in the trunk, then we'll be in a lot better shape here. So the sun's starting to go down here, and I think I made pretty good headway in the few hours that I spent with the car. You know, went over everything, looked at all the problematic areas and all the good areas. From there, you know, pressure washed the engine bay down and a little bit of the exterior. And I just went at it, guys. I thought I was going to, you know, just kind of move on, and then I just kind of got in a groove and I kept going. So pulled out all the interior pieces that were just laying loosely in the car. These are actually in really good shape. They were filthy when I took them out, but soap, water, spray nine, scrubbing, brush, cloths, everything. And they still have a long way to go, but gives you a really good idea of what I'm working with here. The driver's side front door panel probably has the most amount of wear, which you would expect. Somebody's got to be driving the car, right? But other than that, everything is pretty much all there. Got the trunk all cleaned out. It's looking a million times better in here. So again, just to highlight, these drip rails are going to have to get some attention done, and a little bit of rot on the bottom, most likely as a result of the drip rails leaking down. This part actually just fell right off when I was vacuuming, but we got all the rodent droppings and everything else out of there. So I'll have a little bit of patchwork to do there. Looking on the interior of the car, on the inside, I'm really impressed overall. The floor pan's super nice. Nothing needs to be done in the rear other than a little bit more cleanup. The front side, however, passenger side, I haven't found any holes. Just a little bit of scab. Gonna have to kind of peel a little bit more back here and have a closer look. Driver's side has a little bit more, and there's a really good chance that this floor pan was probably okay until that windshield got smashed, and or when the driver's side door glass got smashed, and probably just let water get in there. It was pooling, it was sitting, and a lot of that is probably rotted from the inside outward, whereas typically we're used to seeing stuff, well, up in Canada, rot from the bottom side up. But all our wiring seems to be here. Gave the dash a quick little wipe down. It's actually in really nice shape overall. You know, glove box is all good. Found this cool tag for the air conditioning. That was a neat find. Fuse panels there. Everything's good. The headliner is going to need a little bit of attention, as we can see here, but we've our sun visors are good. The headliner is actually split, so that'll need to get addressed at some point. But overall, pretty sweet. I know there's a box of like the window switches and some nuts and bolts and all that stuff. They told me as soon as they could find that box, they'd send them my way. So there you go, guys. I got my work cut out for me, but nothing that I can't handle. And when you're this excited about a project, you just got to take that excitement and persist and follow it through. The reality is, with everything that's going on right now, all the Fox body stuff, this is probably, I'm going to give it a completion of fall 2022 is probably what I would like to see. But who knows? If I have more time down here, it's more time that I can work on this car. So there you guys have it, 65 Lincoln Continental. Thanks for following along. We'll see you guys next time.